Hello and a warm welcome to our live Q&A for new undergraduate and postgraduate students. So my name's Emily and I work in external relations at the University of Glasgow, and I'm delighted to welcome you to this special live session for new students who will be joining us this September. I know we have students tuning in from across the world, so it's great that you are able to all join us today. We will be live with you for the next hour or so, so we hope to get through as many of your questions as possible, and we'll also be answering your questions in the comments throughout as well. So firstly, let me pass over to our lovely panel to introduce themselves. We'll start with Ailey, and then we'll go Julia, Melanie, and Molly. So Ailey, over to you.
Hi, my name's Ailey. I'm the president of Glasgow University Sports Association, which is also known as GUSA, which means I'm the representative head for all 9,000 students taking part in sport at Glasgow.
Hey guys, I'm Julia. I am a student here at the university. I'm going into third year and I'm studying molecular and cellular biology.
Hello everyone, my name is Melanie and I am one of the managers on the student wellbeing team here at the university. So I'll be talking to you about the wellbeing and support that you can expect whilst you're here at the university.
Hello, I'm Molly and I'm president of Glasgow University's Student Representative Council. Essentially, I spend every day working to make sure your student experience can be as good as it possibly can and representing student voices to the university.
That's great. Thank you so much, everyone. So before we get started, I just wanted to flag a couple of things for those watching today. So firstly, I'd encourage everyone watching to check out our new students' web pages, which include loads of useful information and links. This also includes a checklist of all the things you need to think about before you get to Glasgow, such as registering and enrolling for classes and ensuring that you register with a GP to obviously make sure you have access to any medical assistance when you need it. Secondly, I just wanted to quickly share some deadline dates for those of you tuning in with outstanding documentation. So for our undergraduates coming from Scotland, England, Wales, or Northern Ireland, the last date that we can accept documentation to progress your application to unconditional firm is Monday, the 31st of August. For international or EU undergraduate students, the last date that we can accept documentation to progress your application to unconditional firm and issue your CAS is Thursday, the 3rd of September. Now on to postgraduates on taught programs. So this is PGT. For those coming from Scotland, England, Wales, or Northern Ireland, the last date that we can accept documentation to progress your application to unconditional firm is Thursday, the 3rd of September. And for international or EU PGT, so that's postgrad taught, the last date that we can accept documentation to progress your application to unconditional firm and issue your CAS is Thursday, the 3rd of September. So some really important dates there. If you guys still have outstanding documentation, please do just get it uploaded before the deadline. So moving on to some questions for the panel, and we'll start with Molly from the SRC. Can you tell us a bit about the SRC and the other student bodies and what new students can expect from Welcome Week this year?
Thank you very much, Emily. So we have a bit of a confusing system at Glasgow Uni because we have 4 different student bodies, but that is also something fantastic about our uni because it means there's a variety of different spaces for the students. So I've already said I'm involved in the SRC, so that's one of them. Then we have GUSA, who Ailey can speak to you more about in a minute. And then we have 2 social unions. So that is the Queen Margaret Union, or the QMU, and Glasgow University Union, or the GUU. And these are both really fun spaces for students to gather, to get together, have fun. I've got many great memories in both of them. Some students end up having a preference towards which one they want to spend more time in, but I definitely recommend when you first join uni to give both of them a go and see which one you enjoy more. But I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about the SRC, first of all, the SRC being the Students' Representative Council. And we in the SRC have three main core aims, which are representation, student support, and opportunities and community. So our first pillar of representation focuses on representing the students to the university. So if there's a common theme students are experiencing or something students are finding particularly challenging, we're here to make sure the university knows that and that the university can act to make your student experience better. We host regular elections, so we'll be recruiting 2 first-year officers in October, and I can really encourage you all to run for those positions. That it's a great chance to get more involved and sit on a council of about 50 different people. So there's a lot of people there working all together to make sure your student experience as good as it can be. Our second pillar is student support. We offer a variety of support services to the students, essentially ensuring that if you need anything, we're here to help you. We have a big welcome desk, which is found in the ground floor of our building. And if you're ever on campus and you need to find anything, you need support with something, you need to know where to go, we're here to direct you or signpost you to the relevant services that you may need. And we also have an advice centre, which it provides confidential and independent advice to students. So if you're having a difficulty with a class or you want to know something about accommodation or visas, you can go to our advice centre and they can give you support in that. So essentially, we're here to make sure you're not doing your student journey alone. We're there any step of the way whenever you need us. And our final pillar of what we focus on is opportunities and community. Now, I know later on I'll have the chance to speak to you more about clubs and societies, so I'll pin that for now. But we also have a fantastic volunteering service. Now, this service can connect new students with any volunteering opportunities they want to do, whether that's regional opportunities, so going into local schools, whether that's volunteering within the university, or any other sort of experience. We literally offer anything you can imagine. Also connected to our volunteering service, we host a range of volunteering awards. So students can track their volunteering hours and then students can get awards at the end of the year based on how many volunteering hours they do. So there's a lot of opportunities to get involved there. So that's been a little bit about our 3 core aims. And I wanted to highlight to you some of the things coming up with Welcome Week, which the SRC is primarily responsible for organising, as well as Goose is involved a little bit as well. So Welcome Week, the key dates for your diary are Friday the 11th to Saturday the 18th of September. Some really important or fun events to go to include the Welcome Fair, which is going to be on the 15th to the 16th of September. And that's a chance for you to come along, meet some societies. There'll be brands there as well. Domino's Pizza will be there. And it's just a really nice way for the student community to get together and show everything we have on display or on offer at Glasgow. But don't worry, it's not all packed into those 2 days. There's a whole week of programs. There's so many events. They're targeted to be inclusive. So we have different mixes for different groups of students, be that international students, LGBTQIA plus students, and they're all free. So there's no financial barrier to you coming along to our events. There really is something for everyone in our Welcome Week. We also have jazz nights, movie nights. So it's a really great chance for you to come along and get a feel for what the uni is like. If you feel like this has been a lot of information or it's hard to keep track of what's going on, we have a fabulous app and website, which you can see linked at the bottom of the screen here. So please feel free to go check that out. And we are so excited to come welcome you and see you at all of our Welcome Week events in a few weeks' time.
That was brilliant. Thanks so much, Ailey. Thanks so much, Molly. So moving on to Ailey, as president of GUSA, which is the Glasgow University Sports Association. Can you tell us a bit about how new students can get involved in sports clubs? And obviously, Molly touched a little bit on Welcome Week. Will there be GUSA events taking place during Welcome Week?
Yeah, so at Glasgow we have 52 sports clubs. Most of our clubs are completely open to beginners, and we also have performance programs for people who have been competing at a high level in their sport prior to coming to university. You can meet all of our sports clubs at our sports fair, which will be taking place during Welcome Week on the 13th and 14th of September. So that's the 2 days prior to the Welcome Fair that Molly was talking about. And if you have any other questions about clubs, all of our club information can be found on our website below. We have activities happening all through the year. Our teams compete in BUCS, which is the National University Sporting League, and in Triple S, which is the Scottish Student Sport Competition League. During Welcome Week and the following week, our gym access is free for all students, and you will be able to sign a free trial membership and get 2 free weeks access to use our gym facilities. We will also have taster sessions running in those 2 weeks. You'll be able to find a list of these on our website, where our Welcome Week page will launch very shortly. You'll be able to come along to those for free and try out new sports. And our final event running during Freshers Week, which is really exciting, is our Fight Night. So that will be held in the GUU and is free for students to come along to, and showcases our student sports clubs and is run completely by student volunteers.
That's great. Thank you so much, Ailey. I'm absolutely intrigued by the Fight Night. So at Glasgow, we are proud to have international students joining us from all over the world. So Julia, you joined us as an international student from Peru. So can you tell us what it was like to move to Scotland and settle in here?
Yeah, sure. Well, coming in from Peru was insane. It's very far away from where I'm from, and I was very excited about this new opportunity, but also kind of terrified about navigating all of our processes. I was most worried about registering with my GP, academic registration, not knowing how to navigate the systems of the academic atmosphere here in the UK. But coming in, I found, just like you've said, Emily, earlier, just on this live stream, the university provides so much support with all those kind of bureaucratic and difficult things. I found myself, I was overwhelmed by the amount of reminders that I got, so that they were so sure that I had everything that I needed to be okay and settle in. If you're worried about that, do not worry. The university will make sure that you're not behind on any of those important things. You will not miss absolutely anything. And I feel also it was lovely to come here, because culturally I find Scottish people to be extremely kind and helpful. They're the type of people that will go out of their way to help you figure things out, even if there's someone that you've just met, which I love. Of course, there are things that are hard. I found it hard to adapt, but the support that I got from uni made the hard things very small. For instance, I had the time to focus on adapting to silly little frustrations, like having the light switch on the outside of the bathroom, or how laundry machines work here, or learning to cook with local ingredients. And I feel so grateful about all the support that I've gotten from uni, because I was able to have the time to focus on those little things that I think no one can prepare you for. But everything that you could be prepared for, you will have support from uni, and you will get constant reminders of anything and everything that you absolutely need to do. And if you have any questions, there are always people willing to answer. So I'll say do not worry. It's amazing. You will not regret it.
Thank you so much for your answer, Julia. And great to hear that you had such a positive experience settling in as well. So this is probably a good time to highlight that we have a fantastic international welcome week organised for all international students. This includes an international welcome ceilidh. So those of you who know what a ceilidh is, you'll hear that word a lot once you're in Scotland. Campus walking tours, city walking tours, yoga in the cloisters, and so much more. It's a great chance to meet other students and get involved. So you can check out our webpage to see the full range of activities available. It's also worth flagging that we have our local student orientation for undergraduate students who live locally and who will be commuting in to the University of Glasgow. So this will take place on Friday, the 11th of September, and is an opportunity to meet other new students from your college who will be studying similar subjects, as well as support staff. So if you'd like to sign up for the day, you can email us at the address that you can see below. So back to Molly. Lots of students want to know about how they can get involved with clubs and societies. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes, thank you. So as I said earlier, we have 3 different pillars of what we do at the SRC, and under that third pillar, that opportunities and community pillar, is really where our clubs and societies fit in. We're really fortunate at Glasgow that we're having almost approaching 400 different clubs and societies, and these are all in different categories. So these range from language and culture societies, where you can meet your cultural peers, to academic societies, where you can meet academic peers. And I cannot emphasize enough the variety of societies we have, from cheese society to chess society, theatre society to tea society. We have so many different ones. So I'd say use it as an opportunity to keep doing what you love, but also, if you get the chance, to try something new. Now, all of these amazing societies we have will be at the Welcome Fair on the 15th and 16th of September. So make sure to come down and meet those societies then. But if you don't have the chance to join us at the Welcome Fair, you can find these online on the SRC website. We have a full-blown clubs and societies portal. You can also there sign up to be a member of these societies, or you can contact them there. You'll also be familiar that a lot of these societies have created their own Instagram accounts. So if you want to scout them out on Instagram, you're more than welcome to do so. But what I would say is approach our societies, try a couple of different ones, try to get involved. And if you want to, there will be the chance later on for you to run and be in the committee of these societies and eventually run these societies. And on that note, actually, if you wanted to start a new society, the SRC is always looking for new societies. So you can reach out to our clubs and SOCs team if that's something you're interested in. But yeah, we're really looking forward to welcoming you, and our clubs and societies, I know personally, are very, very excited to meet you all and for you guys to get involved.
Great, thanks, Molly. So going back to Julia, as a current student at UofG, can you tell us a bit about the social side of student life at Glasgow and types of activities that students can get involved in?
I love that question, especially because I think I came in with a very kind of like wrong idea of what social life in Glasgow or Scotland was. The social scene at UofG and like Glasgow more broadly as a city is extremely diverse. Coming in here, I was kind of worried because I had heard the stereotype that like student life in Scotland is all about like drinking and clubbing and going out very often. And that's never been my thing. But when I came here, it couldn't be like more far from the truth. Sure, if going out and clubbing is your thing, there is absolutely the place for you to do that. But there are so many other options out there for you. Like Molly said, engaging with clubs and societies can be a great way to engage with social life. There's academic societies, there's social societies, there's fan societies. For instance, I've joined like my degree society, the Genomes Society. I've been involved with the basketball club. So sport is also a great way that students can engage with social life. And if you will look beyond the opportunities like here at university, which are very, very, very broad and like very nice, there's always so many events happening around the city. It's insane. There's so many different types of festivals and shows, like dance classes, many, 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 many different things that you can do to have fun and socialize. And there's truly something for absolutely everyone, whether your vibe is like chill dinner with friends at home, or going out, or doing sports, or hanging out with people, or like practicing your faith even. All of those like different things are things that you can do. I was like kind of scared about social life here in Glasgow because I was scared that I wouldn't find a place where I fit in. But Glasgow is such a beautifully diverse place that there is absolutely always a place for anyone and everyone.
That was a really lovely answer, Julia. I love how passionate you are as a student. I also studied at Glasgow back in 2014, and I feel the exact same way about kind of everything that you've mentioned too. So yeah, it was really nice listening to that answer. Back to Ailey, can you tell us a little bit about the sports and gym facilities that are available at the university?
Yeah, so we have real state-of-the-art facilities at Glasgow. We have 2 sporting campuses. So we have facilities at Glasgow, which is the separate campus in Maryhill, and then on the Gilmore Hill campus, we have the Stevenson building, which is the hub of sport on campus. So in the Stevenson building, you'll find a cardio suite, a 25-meter swimming pool, a weightlifting studio. We have a sauna, a steam room. We have 2 gym halls. And then we also have a fitness studio and cycling studio. So there's lots of exciting things happening in the gym throughout the semester. In our weightlifting studio, we have 20 ESB Olympic and powerlifting racks, which is the most of any university in Scotland. In our gym hall, we have an MBA grade accredited basketball floor, which is really exciting and is a great facility for our basketball team to train on. And we also have a number of classes running throughout the year, which you can access through your gym membership. So things like yoga, Pilates, our spin classes, there's Dance Fit, there's Bollywood dancing. They're all free for your membership, which you can pay at the start of the year. And if you ever have any troubles with, you can just go to the front desk at the Stevenson building or at Glasgow and they can help you with your membership.
That's great. Thanks, Ailey. And now, Melanie, going back to you, as you are part of a team that provides practical and emotional support to students throughout their time at university, can you tell us a bit about the kind of support the university provides for its students?
Yeah, so it was really great to hear Julia talk about how she felt really well supported at the university and that there was always someone to help her, because that's really key to us to make sure that you have an enjoyable student experience, but that you have the help that you need as you progress through your university career. We understand that the university is a big institution. It can be quite a complex place with different processes and procedures. So it can at times feel a little bit overwhelming to try and navigate your way through that. But our team are here to do lots of things, really. They can help you understand the processes and procedures and what you need to do and when you need to do it. And signpost you to people in your schools that can help you with some of the more academic side of things. But we can also offer practical support to help you manage your health and well-being throughout your time at Glasgow. So if you encounter issues and you're not sure what to do about them, what the options are, our team are there for you to come and meet with, and we'll support you for a period of time, as long as you need, to get through those difficulties, and we'll help you identify steps that you can take to really help you move forward. And aside with helping you directly, we can help you access other support services, both within your schools and specialist teams within the university, because the university has a lot of support available, not just in our student wellbeing team, but in the wider university context. So, for example, there's a counselling team, there's a 24/7 support line, so that there's always someone that you can pick up the phone to talk to if you need to. We also have an app-based service where you can connect with students across the UK and indeed internationally to talk about themes that affect students generally. And we've got a disability service if you need some adjustments put in place to help you to help make your university experience a bit more manageable. Our disability team can talk to you about the support that you need. So there is a wide range of support available to you. And you will find access to our team and the wider support services on the Student Wellbeing homepage, which I think is at the bottom of your screen now, but also when you log into your student portal, you'll find a link to the Support Finder sort of questionnaire, which can help direct you to relevant support services, and the student health wellbeing page generally. And then one more thing to let you know about, I think you've already mentioned this, we work closely with the Communities and Engagement team, who have organised an international welcome week. So there's a whole load of events that are specifically for international students coming to the UK, and they run a number of activities throughout the year for different groups of students, so international students, or they might do some specific events for mature students or local students. So it's always worth looking out for the different kinds of events that are available for specific demographics of students too.
That was brilliant. Thank you so much, Melanie. So we completely understand starting university can be daunting, and you may have wobbles, but please be reassured that we have support systems in place, which we've kind of covered today, when you need us. So we're always here to help you. So Julia, going back to you, for many of our new students, this will be their first time in Glasgow. You've obviously mentioned a little bit about the people in the city and things like that. But can you tell us a little bit more about the city of Glasgow? Is there lots for students to see and do?
There is absolutely a lot. There's like so many different things for students to see and do. I've been living here for almost 2 years now, and I have not run out of new things to do. Here, like if you live in the West End, which most students do during their first year, I lived here during my first year, there's beautiful museums, amazing parks. Kelvin Grove Park is right outside of the university, and it's one of the most beautiful places around university. There's really nice cafes, lots of amazing restaurants with great student deals. There's some places that do 50% off on certain days of the week. So that's definitely something to keep your eye out for. If you want to go out of kind of like the neighborhood that the university's in, the city center is also so rich in things to do. There's obviously the iconic sites that everyone just like goes to whenever they come to Glasgow. There's a Duke of Wellington statue. There's the cathedrals, which are beautiful. There's the Glasgow Necropolis. There's Glasgow Green. There's the Riverside. There's so many public libraries that are beautiful and like very well curated. Sometimes like I love just going to one of the public libraries in Glasgow, grabbing a book and reading in one of their very, very, very nice spots, like in the grass by the riverside or in their parks. You never run out of beautiful sites here. Glasgow actually like means like dear green space, so it's green and it's beautiful like year long. It's amazing. There's also like if you're interested in like doing stuff during the night, because that's also a huge part of Glaswegian culture. There's pubs both in the West End and the city centre with event nights, live music, pub quizzes, which are one of my favorite things about British culture. It's insane. You like truly never run out of things to do. You can also go further out and go to, say, like the South Side and look at the Highland House, look at the Burrell Collection. go to more museums, art shows, art exhibitions. There's so much. You can also, and like Ailey mentioned this, but the Glasgow campus is not only the hub for a lot of the Glasgow University sports teams. It's actually where our vet school is based. And it's only like a 30-minute bus ride from our Gilmore Hill campus, which is our main campus. So you can just take a bus if you're ever tired of the city, and just go to the Glasgow campus and enjoy a nice forest retreat. And you can look at the animals that the vet school looks after. It's very, very, very nice. Also, if for some reason one weekend you're bored of Glasgow and you're under 22, you can also travel for free around the country using your Young Scout bus pass. And you can visit other places for like small day trips for incredibly cheap. You can visit Stirling Castle, Edinburgh Castle, the Kelpies, do day trips all over Scotland. And yeah, there's just like so many things to do. And I think I'll be done with my degree and I won't be done looking at every single thing that Glasgow has to offer.
That was brilliant. Thank you so much, Julia. And I'm so glad you mentioned the free bus pass as well, because that is truly one of like a massive student perk, to be able to kind of jump on a bus for free and go anywhere in Scotland. And obviously also to remember that Glasgow is the biggest city in Scotland. So Edinburgh is the capital, but Glasgow is actually the bigger city. So there's always going to be things to do. So to finish, what we are going to do is we're going to go around the panel and just ask everyone if they kind of have any kind of last minute top tips for those joining us. We'll start with Ailey and then we'll go Melanie, Julia, and then Molly. So Ailey, any kind of final top tips for our new students?
Yes, so my biggest piece of advice is to put yourself out there and take full advantage of all the opportunities that you get from studying at the university. Over my time, I've tried 4 different new sports, from skiing to boxing to trampolining to water polo. I have tried so many sports and made so many incredible friends through doing that I have now got for life. And sport, there are also so many fantastic opportunities. There's so many resources available to you through studying here. For example, during my time, I undertook an extracurricular course that was in conjunction with another college, and I got to meet people who I would never have studied with otherwise and learn new skills. And we have things like our career support team, our wellbeing team, we have societies, we have clubs, there's volunteering opportunities. There is really no shortage of things to do during your time in Glasgow. And I would love to meet someone who's been able to, try everything. So please take full advantage of the opportunities that are available to you. Many of them are free to do. They're very easy to get involved in, and they can add so much to your student experience. So yes, my main piece of advice is to get involved in anything that you can.
That's great. Thanks, Ailey. Melanie, we'll move on to you.
Okay, well, like everyone else, I studied at Glasgow, and I'll not tell you when because it was a really long time ago. But to echo what Ailey has said, I would really make the most of Welcome Week to try different things, try things that will push you out your comfort zone, and really just kind of give everything a go. That's Welcome Week. When I was at uni was when I made friends who I'm still friends with now, which is really, really lovely. But also don't forget that if you don't meet your people in Welcome Week, you've not lost that opportunity. There are so many other things that you can get involved in throughout the year. So I think things like the clubs and societies are great for that sort of way in to meet people, as well as the activities that the communities and engagement team will run throughout the year. And my final sort of top tip, particularly if you're new to Scotland, is Glasgow's lovely. It's a brilliant, it's a fun city, but there's so much more to Scotland. So get out there, try and explore as much as you can. I recommend going up the west coast, seeing the islands, and just try a bit of everything.
Great, thanks, Melanie. And Julia, over to you.
Okay, so Ailey kind of like already stole my biggest piece of advice, but it's okay because I have another one for you. Since I'm the student here, I'll lead with a more academic tip. And my biggest piece of academic advice for you guys joining us is to take advantage of the academic connections that you can make at university from year one, especially if you're doing like a life science degrees. Not only life science, like literally every degree. Glasgow is a university that is constantly at the top of impact and sustainability rankings, which means that all of their research is very impactful. And when you are here, you're surrounded by a community of longtime academics that are also very passionate about what they do and very passionate about helping young, keen students advance in their careers. And I think it's helped me so much to lose the fear of going up to my professors, asking them questions, emailing them, going up to like office hours, and start building the academic network. I think that's one of the biggest things that I think I've taken out of my experience here in Glasgow, and it's something that you will not get in other places. So yeah.
Great, thanks, Julia. And finally, over to Molly. Any kind of last top tips?
A bit like what Ailey and Julia have touched on, it's about saying yes to as much as you can. And I know it might be a bit repetitive and it might be a bit cringe, but I think it is worth repeating the point. For example, in my own student experience, the only way I'm where I am now is because I decided one day randomly to apply to Welcome Week Helping, and that's how I first got involved in the SRC, and then I liked it. So I applied to council, and then I applied to council again. And now I'm here full-time working to make the student experience better. So I guess what the point is you don't really know how your student experience will go. You don't know what will happen. But during that time, try as many different things, and you don't know what opening one door will lead to and what further doors will open down the line. And I mean, it's not all been serious in terms of my student experience. I've done some quite random things. I ended up doing a boxing match in a ring in a warehouse in Glasgow. It was all above the board though. Things like that is just amazing chance to do something different. I ended up studying abroad for a year, halfway across the world. I never really thought I'd do that. So try and expel any preconceived notions of what you might do at uni and open your eyes to some new experiences and say yes to those where you can.
That's great. Thank you so much, Molly. And I'm going to kind of spontaneously add my own one in here. And it kind of leads on from what Molly just said in terms of saying yes to things. But as a student back in 2014, one of my biggest regrets is that I didn't do a year abroad. There are so many kind of amazing universities that we work with all over the world where you can go and do your study abroad. It doesn't even need to be a year. You can do like a semester, you can do half a year. There's a financial incentive to doing a year abroad. It's just such a fantastic opportunity, and it's kind of one of my biggest regrets about being a student. So that's my top tip. Have a look into year abroad. So I think that brings us to the end of today's Q&A. But before we say goodbye, I'd just like to highlight one final resource, which is our offer holders community. So by joining our community, you will be able to meet other new students from your program of study, accommodation, home country, or just those who may have similar interests to you. Some of our students who joined this last year met their best friends on the platform, so I highly recommend joining today. All offer holders should automatically receive an invite to join the community. But if you didn't receive the invite, you can drop us an email at unibuddy@glasgow.ac.uk, and we'll ensure that you get added to the invite list. So thank you so much for joining us. We really do hope that everyone watching found it useful. And thank you again to our fabulous panel today. And we look forward to welcoming you to campus really, really soon. So bye for now.